Council, John?
Yes, I have comments. For those who are kind of wondering, what's the at-large position? Well, if you want to be technical about it, we're all at large.
That's right.
And so I would like to see us, is it really necessary for us to call this position at large, or can we make this a position?
I think it would be you're right, they're all at large. There's no ward system. We don't have a ward system. For some reason, that position has been called the at-large position. I don't know why.
Right.
I don't think it has to be called the at-large position. I think it could be called position number 1 of 7. I don't know what other numbers are, but
yeah.
7. Number 7. Yep.
Well, I'd like to offer up an amendment to make this this seat position number 7 as we go on.
Second.
Based on city attorney double checking that their RCW doesn't include that exact language, that it has to be at large?
I'm fine with having it called position number 7. The at-large is something we apparently have done here. You're all at large. You're all voted on by all the members of the community.
Right.
So calling it council member position number 7 is fine.
And with this resolution, then will that then instruct the elections office to make that reflect that on the ballot?
I'll have them reflect.
Okay.
Why don't we just put in an easy section 2 on the resolution that also instructs that the position hereafter will be known as council position number 7?
Okay.
So moved. Is that a second amendment?
Paul seconded it, so we're ready to vote.
So I'm going to take John's motion for an amendment, and I'm going to take your second to the amendment. Any council discussion on the amendment?
Could we just make sure we know exactly what the amendments are? I'm completely in favor of it. I just want to make sure that we got the wording correct.
Yeah, the amendment is to add section 2 that the at-large council position hereafter be known as council position number 7.
Okay. And, well, the reason why I ask for the clarification is because John's first motion, which we sort of didn't deal with on the floor, was to change the wording in the first line of the resolution. But how about we, if the mayor would be so kind, perhaps we could deal with section 2 first and then amend position, the first one.
It's a minor point of order, but if both the mover and the seconder agree to the change, no secondary motion is necessary.
I disagree. Once the motion has been stated on the floor, it's no longer the ownership of the movers.
Okay, so we're going to take the first amendment having to do with section 2, which changes the council position to position number 7. I've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And amendment number 2 is to amend the title of the resolution, the first line of the resolution.
If I may, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
I move that we strike the words at-large position and insert the words position 7.
Second.
So it would read, a resolution declaring that the City of Washougal council member position 7 shall be a 4-year position in all future elections.
Does that work for you as far as the wording, Don?
I think so. I wonder if there's not a huge time pressure on this. I wonder if maybe I should clean this up and send it out and bring it back to the next meeting.
Move to table.
Second?
I've got a motion to table in a second. Council discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
a point of inquiry, if I may. Do we need to set a time for the length of time that we're going to table this? When we're going to bring it back?
I think we'll have it back for your October 4th.
Okay, good, thanks.
Okay, moving to Agenda Bill 13210, the 5-year municipal lease agreement with Copytronics for the Konica Minolta copier printer scanner for Public Works Administration building. Mr. Evers.
Thank you, Mayor Guard. Staff has taken a look at 3 different bids provided by Copytronics, Imperial Office, and Pacific Office Automation. We've been utilizing POA, Pacific Office, exclusively at the Operations Center as well as at City Hall. So to do our due diligence, we entertained 2 other quotes for similar services, similar machine, and black-white copy and color copy costs. So before you this evening, you see the 3 different bids, and the recommended action is to authorize the mayor to sign Copytronics municipal lease agreement for a copier, printer, scanner to be used at the Public Works Department. 5+ years ago, we did purchase outright a machine. Looking at the return on investment, there is more options and flexibility within a lease agreement at this point.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we authorize the mayor to sign the Copytronics municipal lease agreement for the copier, printer, scanner to be used at the Public Works Department.
Second?
I've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the Copytronics municipal lease agreement for a copier, printer, scanner to be used at the Public Works Department. Council discussion. David?
I asked to have this one pulled simply to make a single comment, and that is that although I appreciate the work the staff has done on this, and it's a very detailed proposal, a lot of research, and I think this is a good deal for the city. I don't think it belongs at the council level. I'm not even sure it belongs at the mayor level. I think any department head ought to have the authority in a well-run organization to do these types of things. And at some point, I'd like to see, Mr. Mayor, you delegate that authority down to the department head level.
So noted. I appreciate the comment. We actually had some discussions along those lines earlier today when we were talking on some budget items. So I would imagine that you could expect when Ms. Forsberg gets back in full-time that you may see some things coming forward on purchase agreements and that type of stuff. So,
Given the quality of the department heads we have, I think it's a shame not to do that.
any other council comments? Okay, I've got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the Copytronics municipal lease agreement for the copier, printer, scanner to be used at the Public Works Department. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And Agenda Bill 13310, the Department of Ecology Stormwater Capacity Grant Agreement. Mr. Evers.
Thank you, Mayor. We've been working back and forth, we staff, with Kelly Sussman with the Department of Ecology. The most recent pass-through grant is capacity-driven. In our conversations, we wanted to make sure that our one-time purchase, specifically for the vac truck, would be an eligible cost, and it's been communicated to us that it is. The advantage to that is not tracking a specific project, whether that be through design and right-of-way or construct, and then the reporting requirements that are attached to that. With the one-time purchase, it's a lot less onerous for staff as well as Department of Ecology. At this point, the recommended action is to execute the capacity grant agreement, give the mayor the authority to do so when it becomes available. And just another note, there is no stimulus dollars attached to this grant from the Department of Ecology.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we authorize the mayor to sign the Department of Ecology Stormwater Capacity Grant Agreement.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to authorize the mayor to sign the Department of Ecology Stormwater Capacity Grant Agreement.
Mr.
Council
Mayor?
comments? Michael?
Yeah, I'm going to be voting for this application, especially since this method of making an unfunded mandate slightly funded is a good thing, and I appreciate that. However, I rise in regards to another point that the public may be interested to know about. That's